on the left side.
And in the open, you can't give him chances, especially one-on-one.
Leaving no rebound. Such Ravens charging in full steam to his backhand. Stopped by Rosicki. Left with a step. Such unloads. Steered away by Rosicki.
This is a cool moment for father and son, and obviously the rest of the Iginla family.
Tries for Iginla. Sees Iginla shoot.
Pass broken up and brought back by Iginla. Iginla, great pass. Creighton Cruz walks it and shoots.
Over to Yenborg. Yenborg back for feet. Backhand score. Ivar Stenberg. Welcome to the tournament in prime time. There he's got one. Ivar Stenberg.
And they struck early again. A minute 20 seconds in. Across to Salim Melenius.
Nova.
What is up, everybody? We have another episode here today, and everyone, we got Ben, we got Next Gen, and we got a special guest, Nova, here today. NHL Pipeline sadly couldn't make it today because of reasons we don't know, but that's okay. We all have issues and like that. So anyway, today we're grading first round picks, or the picks from the first round, sorry. We're grading that. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Let's do this.
Let's get right into it. So the first pick was the Leafs with McKenna. I'm going first. To me, this is obviously an A+. They need youth that is high potential with the scoring and the playmaking, and that's basically Gavin McKenna for you. So this is an A+ pick for the Toronto Maple Leafs, as much as I hate to say it.
I mean, that was the expected pick, so you have to give it. Can't mess up there.
No.
If you mess
I
up,
know-
then you don't deserve it.
I know there was talks of Stenberg with the whole Sedin connection and the fact that he could be placed alongside of Willie Nylander, but I mean, you can't just ignore the sheer skill level that McKenna has, and to have him be first overall was sort of obvious despite any rumors that were going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was talks for a little bit that Stenberg could go on, but once you just realize that McKenna wouldn't go on, you're like, okay, yeah, Leafs can't mess up, and they didn't.
Yeah. And I felt
Yeah,
bad that
absolutely.
happened in Penn State, where they're at the bar and that one douchebag was squawking at his mother, calling her all kinds of names. And I feel like what he did to step up and to deck him was a good thing. And it kind of shows how, I'm going to translate into this into a hockey sense, is like this shows that McKenna will take shit from nobody and he will stand up from his team, and that's good leadership skill eventually down the line when he does become the captain, because you know that Matthews as a captain in Toronto, especially when he got injured and was left on the ice just to fend for himself, is numbered. So eventually you'll see number 72 with the C, and I'm excited to see, despite it being Toronto, but I'm just excited to see what his hockey career sort of evolves into.
100%. Very well said. Moving on, we got the San Jose Sharks.
So yeah, with San Jose, obviously 3 first rounders. Once again, I'm going with A+ with Ivar Stenberg. He's got really high hockey IQ. I just love the skating and his ability to protect the puck and also go get pucks as well. He's already providing huge offense, as well as, like I said, smarts to the San Jose's top 6, and they are already looking like one of the elite, already looking like an elite forward group for next season. Then they went out and I thought got the best defenseman available at number 9 in Keaton Verhoff. He's got a lot of leeway to go. He's also young though as well, and I really like this skating. He just needs to work on his decision making, just making quicker plays, and I still like his skating as well. So I think this pick is also an A. And then with their last pick with Brian Lynn, I think this is once again a great pick at 21. He's going to develop at Denver. hopefully continue his skating. He's definitely got some offensive upside as well. So I'd probably go with a B plus right here, but still, overall I think San Jose has really built their future up for upcoming seasons as well, with already Misa and Celebrini in there. So they should be a really dangerous team coming up.
But you can't just like the fact they traded up for them. You just knew, like when they traded up, you just knew they were taking 21, and you're like, at this point, you're just like, well, then you just have to like live with it that this team is gonna be so fucking good in the future.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt he's going to be like the number one power play guy. I expect that to be Daxon Rudolph in Denver, but still, I mean, to have David Carl be your head coach, who's won multiple national championships and overall have a good track record at developing defensemen. You look at like Z Bouillon and Eric Polkamp this past season. So I think
Paul
it's gonna
Cam, that
be
is
really
also a
interesting.
shark as well. So
Yeah. I'd like to add in because, like, talking about Denver is one of the best schools to develop defensive talent, and I'm very excited to see how Ryan Lynn turns out. And for me personally, I think the Sharks won this draft as a whole. They've capitalized on every pick they had, and they got everything they need. And it just looks like this team is gonna be a playoff. It looks like they're gonna make the playoffs
I
immediately,
mean,
and it's crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Well,
Stenberg is a player that's like NHL ready to me. For me, he's NHL ready. He's probably one of the most NHL ready players in this whole draft. For
As a
sure.
matter of fact, he just signed his ELC
yeah,
today
we'll see. Yeah,
as a
Did he
recording.
really?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
When?
Like for a few hours ago.
hmm
Oh, I must have missed it. Oh well. But yeah, congrats to him. But it just proves that the Sharks are not playing anymore. This is a team that's just leaving a rebuild. And it looks like they're going to be contenders in a few years. So I think they won this draft.
And
That's just me, though.
even when you
Mhm.
look at like other picks, other than Stenberg, Veoff, and Lynn, you have Brittany Lolling at 127, 6'5"
Absolutely.
goalie. So you have Alice Kurov as Ravensbergen and now Nolan. You have Jay
Nolan
Gustafsson.
is a very underrated prospect. For sure.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit
and
iffy on him. I just I don't really like his positioning that well. He likes to stand tall, obviously. I mean, that's because he's a 6'5" goalie. But I mean, I've seen him in clutch moments, especially at the Holinka and the CHL Prospects game. But when I saw him in person, he had really bad rebound control. But you know, I don't know if I forgot if he's going to college, but I know he's going to play for Saginaw next year in the OHL. So I mean,
but
yeah,
it says it's
we'll have to
listed
see
as
about
B
that.
is going to BU. It says it's committed to BU. So I don't know when that
Oh,
is.
okay.
So I don't know when he's committed to go to BU. I can like check with it, but
I
I
assume
just
next season after.
yeah, Saginaw
Yeah.
26, 27. So that probably the
Mhm.
season after. Yeah, it's Boston
Yeah.
University 27, 28.
Yeah, for sure.
And like
Mo-
they still got and they got Jay Gustafson, which is a Bay State kid, a San Jose kid. So that's a cool story. And they got the 7-1 defenseman. Oh, again, whatever.
yeah. Moving on. Pick number 3, the Vancouver Canucks.
This is where honestly, this is where we all thought the draft would open up, and it did. And Vancouver did the right decision, in my opinion, and took Colin Malhotra to not like to just go with his father, which is cool. And you love to see it, spending a good time with his family on Friday. So that was cool. So I like that pick. And so you got Novotny at 24 with the pick acquired from the Wild and the Quinn use trade. Love that pick. Beautiful. Amazing. That's literally perfect place for him.
hmm
So
I think
honestly,
Novotny is gonna be like a solid middle six guy. Definitely a really good complementary player.
oh yeah, definitely. And it's like he's gonna fit well in that system. Him and Malzer is gonna fit well in that system. They can even play together. I can see it. And even with the other picks, I love the two next pick, Brooks Rogowski and y'all know my favorite prospect from this year. One of my favorites, Aram Olsen. I love you got drafted there. Just be good. All of that. So to grade like
For
it
sure.
all, like in just with the first round picks, this is an easy A for me. Easy A.
I also like. I don't know if we want to clap track. Anyways, I like Malhotra at 3 just for the fact that Vancouver has next to no centers, and with him being arguably one of the best centers in the draft, that's greatly going to benefit the team, especially in the long run. And then you have someone like Brooks Rogowski, which yes is a bit raw, but can sort of build up to a freight train that could provide some grit that's much needed on a very arguably soft Vancouver team. So I'd also back up the fact that an A is pretty solid overall.
100%. And another thing is about Vancouver is I think they just traded Pedersen like yesterday, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
Marcus
Marcus
They're-
Peterson.
Marcus Peterson. My bad, my fault.
Marcus.
I met they have too
They
many
have 3
Petersons on their
Pedersons,
team.
yeah.
They have way too many. I
They
keep
have
mixing
two-
them up.
They have Elias twice, one forward, one defenseman, and now Marcus is gone. So they only have 2 left.
And then
Yeah.
going back,
Anyway,
Novotny. I love Novotny's game. I saw Novotny's play, and I kind of was more in tune to it than I was with Malhotra's. I feel like Novotny is really good on that transition game, and he's great at just carrying the puck as a winger and able to support players. And I kind of dubbed it in the report that I did, but I kind of called it like the kamikaze pass. But like what he does is he knows that he's about to run headfirst into somebody, but he passes it just before he's about to do so, and those passes always get to a player. And the way they get to them is funny because it always springs out that player into some sort of breakaway or just to some sort of offensive advantage. And it's kind of funny. And he's not afraid to get dirty at all. So Novotny is a very, very exciting player that I feel like is going to go awesome alongside of Malhotra.
I 100% agree. There's lots of upside with Novotny, high ceiling for sure. Moving on with pick 4. The
Team 4,
Buffalo Sabres. Team 4,
Team
sorry.
4, we should say.
Team
Oh,
4, the
well-
Buffalo Sabres.
I don't want to sound like a bit of a prick, but I'm just gonna go out of the bat. Daxton Rudolph at 4 was, to me, a bit brain dead because it's kind of like the same thing when when the Sens drafted Yak, because Yak Machuk is kind of like Rudolph in the sense where he was all known for his offense, and that defensive game was just a complete black hole. Like it's just you don't see Rudolph doing much defensively. It's all about his offense, and I kind of find that picking him over Reed and Verhoeven is a bit interesting. Like I know you have Murka, which can be sort of that defensive tether to Rudolph. I'm pretty sure Murka plays on the left. I know Rudolph plays on the right, which does help a lot. Hold on a second. I think
Marco's a righty.
Oh, okay. Are they both right? Oh, they're both righty. Okay, so never mind then. But yeah,
Gives them more depth on the right, that's for sure.
I guess that just adds more depth, but he cannot be put in a bottom pairing, Rudolph. He has to be a top pairing D-man because it's just, again, wherever he's able to get the most offensive chances, he'll flourish. And then Morozov, he kind of was like a bunch of like Oscar Hemming and I think it was Tynan Lawrence who also went to the NCAA. They kind of just hit a brick wall, you know. I felt like offensively he sort of dried up and didn't show much of anything. Like he was okay along the boards and passed the puck here and there. And I mean, you saw a couple goals scored from him. They weren't anything flashy, but I feel like he tops out as some complimentary third line forward that can help, you know, advance the puck and provide some secondary scoring and maybe be something on your second power play unit, maybe on your PK as well. But again, it's a hit and miss. Just depends on how he further develops his game within the NCAA.
Me personally, I think Rudolph was a reach.
I mean, it's
You
not.
what?
It's not a reach because he was projected to go top 10. Don't get me wrong. But you just cannot let Chase Reed fall like that. I'm
No, you
sorry. That is absolutely disrespectful, in my opinion, because he's
It
one
is.
of the most talented defenders in this whole draft.
Mhm.
And let's say all goes to shit for Buffalo and Rudolph. They fucked up. They fucked up on not picking Chase Reed, and they're stuck with Daxton Rudolph. He's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but the right decision for me is Chase Reed.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
the thing with Chase Reed is, yeah, he has offense, but he also has size and grit to boot. Like, he's not afraid to check the body and
He
hit.
plays more defensively than Rudolph does.
Well, the thing is, like, literally, a bag of pucks can play more defensively than that of Rudolph. Because
Wow!
Rudolph,
Wow!
Rudolph just doesn't have anything defensively, and it's just like you see it. It's kind of like the same thing that goes with Lynn and Villeneuve. Is they're just very cerebral offensive demon. Like they,
Skaters too. Their
Mhm.
skating is outstanding.
yeah, they can skate well. They can create on the fly. They can shoot from all over, and I mean their shots are lethal. But defensively, like you kind of hoping in a prayer that he can do something. And I feel like the way Rudolph is going to defend is like how most third liners defend, and that's by pressuring hard and by hoping that they do enough to disrupt play with just sheer presence alone. But again, that's just to see if he can develop into that.
But then I
Sorry.
think might be able to say this. We might just say the same thing here. Rudolph is going to Denver, so that's going to help his defensive game.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Um,
I can't lie. I feel like sorry, next gen. I can't lie. I feel like most defenders in this draft are going to U Denver just to fix their defensive ability, so it's more enhanced. And it's actually interesting to me because you see all these guys going top 10 with amazing offensive skill as defenders, but I feel like the only notable defenders are Smits and Reed. Maybe Carroll's. Carroll's is nice defensively, but not like Smits and Reed, obviously. But I think it's really interesting seeing most of these guys go to Denver. I think it's very interesting.
I mean, in the top one, there's there's Rudolph, there's Lynn, like we said, but like there's not really much else. If you look at the top ones, for sure. But like Carroll's going to North Dakota, Brady's going to Michigan State.
That's it. North Dakota's another great school at developing
Yeah.
talent.
Bly
Moving on with pick.
and Bly is going to Michigan State as well. So.
Oh yeah, Blyle too. Moving on, pick 5, team 5.
Oh wait,
the
wait,
New York Rangers. What?
Nova didn't go over Morozov in the pick for the.
I did.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
No?
but okay, the grade.
Oh, what's your
Oh.
grade, Nova? Sorry, I apologize.
I said it at the very beginning. It was the C. I
Okay.
don't.
Oh.
I'm not high
Okay.
on
Just
it at
blow up
all.
from Stupid Town.
Ben, bro. No,
Yeah,
I'm
my
kidding.
bad.
Anyway,
Not bad.
anyway, pick 5, the New York Rangers is Albert Smith. I really, really, really love this pick for New York. I'm telling you, I can't lie. The offseason they had, the draft picks they made in the later rounds, of course, not just the first round. I really think New York could become a team that's like creeping out of that rebuild era in maybe a few years, maybe a few seasons, because
And I won't even say rebuild. It was a retool.
yeah, it's just a retool at this point, but they've done it so well with this draft. Like, I feel Smits could be NHL ready. Smits is
he definitely
insanely,
is.
yeah,
Definitely,
he
definitely
is
is.
insanely good at defense, and his offensive, he's sneaky offensively too. But the thing with the Rangers is they don't have any defenders, and this is a great pick.
And that's
I
why
love
they.
it.
That's why they get Marcus Peterson.
Yeah, that too. So this is just. I feel like the Rangers are going on a They're going on an uprising with this retool, and I really am excited. As much as I hate New York, I can't stand New York sports. They're going on an uprise, and it's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to watch. So I give this pick an A.
I mean, you can't say they have no defense. They still have Adam Falk after all. Like
Outside of Fox, who do they have instead of Peterson? Tell me.
Gavrikov,
No.
Marcus
Thank you.
Peterson, Braden Schneider.
Gavrikov, are we
okay.
serious? Are we serious?
No, I'm serious. He was very good last year. It was good.
Okay,
blame-
outside of Fox and Gavrikov, who do they have?
Marcus Peterson.
And I'm talking about in the farm system. In the farm system, they have no one
Now you could have mentioned that right away, which you didn't. So I'm naming.
I should have mentioned that. I should have mentioned that. That's on me. I should have mentioned that.
And now
Anyway,
now your point makes sense.
anyway, this is an A for me.
Yeah,
They did very well.
I'd agree with it because I feel like not just his game alone, but he does have a bit of attitude issues, I heard, but Albert Schmitz also is
He's
one of
European,
the
so
more
it makes sense.
he's one of the more mature hockey players for this draft, and I feel like that maturity will allow him to play amongst men more so than anybody else. And again, he played within the DEL, which is the top league for Germany, where he played against men. He played within the Olympics against several, not only just Euro men, but just NHL men. I mean, he played literally against McKinnon and Crosby and all of them before he even got drafted.
Four Nations too.
He played. I mean, in the Olympics.
In the Olympics. That's what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
but
He
I'm
played
asking, like,
played
didn't
the
he
World-
also?
I'm
No.
pretty sure he played World Juniors, Olympics, and the World.
Oh, I
Championship.
meant World Juniors. Fuck.
It
my
was
bad.
World
World
Champions,
Champion.
He
yeah.
did that. He
Fuck.
did that too, and he showed up well in all of them. And I feel like he could be NHL ready next year. But
Yeah, he played in all three. World
yeah,
Juniors, the
so
Worlds, and the Olympics.
to say that the Rangers are on the uprise and that this draft really depicted a lot for them is a bit steep in my opinion. I just feel like the Rangers kind of like LA in a sense have a problem with really developing their, and I'd even say the Seattle Seattle. They just have a problem with developing prospects, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, you saw it in someone like Taco, never worked out, and oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on the other guy. But yeah, so there's a lot of risk in that sense. but I'm
What's
sure
his name? Fuck.
He went to
Lafreniere or Buchnevich?
Or Perot.
No,
Buchnevich
he
was
went-
the Blues, brother. Jesus
Anderson?
Christ.
Oh,
no, he went to Vancouver.
Oh. Oh, it was
the
the Russian guy.
Yeah, that Russian.
Kravtsov.
Kravtsov,
Yeah, Kravtsov.
Vitaly Kravtsov. So they failed in a lot of senses for some high caliber prospects, but I feel like with the maturity that Schmitz has, that he would not allow that. And even if the training staff over in New York is incompetent, he will find his own way to establish himself in the NHL, and I'm not worried whatsoever because, again, he went through a bunch of different leagues in order to find playing time. He did not settle for just some meager minutes. No, he wanted some real playing time, and that's why he was all over the place, and he did a fantastic job establishing himself and playing well.
I mean, the
For
fact
sure.
that he played World Juniors, Olympics, and the Worlds this is definitely gonna help. Like, definitely helps one in draft stock, two his experience, and the fact he played both at Liga and the Dell, even though he played only 5 games in the Dell this year. That really did help. And I did call Schmitz to the Rangers like in a mock draft, so I'm happy with that.
yeah, absolutely. Lots of upside with Smith. Very good player. Very good potential. This is an A. I'm gonna say it again. A for the Rangers. Moving on, we got pick 6. Team 6 is the Calgary Flames.
And yeah, with the Flames, I'm not surprised that they took Carson Carrolls, the farm boy, obviously. Yeah, I
Farm
think this is
boy.
a perfect pick for Calgary. You know, he's from Manitoba, kind of close to Alberta, or yeah, I think
Alberta.
like a little bit. But you know, I think this is a perfect pick for Calgary because I think he's gonna provide kind of stability in the blue line for the future. The Flames, they already have Zane Parekh already is like the high offensive guy. And with Carroll's, he's kind of that main two-way guy. I was unexpected again. I was unexpected him for how much he joined the Rush from his profile, but I really liked his skating. I thought he was pretty strong. Uh, with his defense, he's a more of a stick first kind of guy, but also has physicality. Can easily knock you down to the boards. The one thing that is kind of off for me about Carroll's is his offense. I'm not sure if it'll translate because I feel like his shots could be harder on the point, and sometimes I feel like he's trying to force offense at some points. But either way, I really like his passing as well. Like I think that is one of his strongest, I think, offensive attributes, and kind of just moving the puck through into the zone. And I think he can eat big time minutes for Calgary. And I'm wondering how he'll develop at North Dakota. And then with the Flames' next pick and Jack Hextall, I think this is another solid pick. I think Hextall is gonna round out their forward core. I view Hextall as like a middle six, well-rounded center. The main thing with Hextall is that he probably doesn't have an elite enough offense, but either way, I think he's a really smart center. He's really responsible defensively. So if I had to grade the picks, I'd probably give Carroll's an A, and then I think I'll go like a B for the Hextall pick.
It's very
So,
reasonable.
so what would that put it like overall? So that would be like
Are you talking about like their like all their picks together?
together the two picks together.
Oh, yeah, I'd say like B plus. I'd say.
I respect it.
I think Calgary's just kind of picking up the puzzle pieces and I feel like this draft they were trying to kind of fill out holes what they needed. They drafted, I think, pretty highly skilled their past two drafts under Conroy, and I think with this draft, like I said, I think they're trying to get some well-rounded guys.
I mean, if you go with what they drafted last year in Rushing, that there's already a connection that is going to build with him and Carroll's, so that's going to help. Hextall is going to Michigan State. That's good as well. So there's already connection that could be built with Carroll's and Reshney like early with these two that are going to the same university. So
there's also with Potter. He transferred to Michigan
Colin
State.
Potter.
It's transferred to Michigan State as well. So like a connection with Hextall.
Yeah.
There you go.
Damn.
Even better. All right, damn.
Calgary might be stat guys. They might
I
be
mean,
set.
if you look at that decor right now, they have Kevin Ball. They just acquired Jake Middleton today. White Cloud, Pakal, Parekh, Kuznetsov, and then Simon Nemec. That decor is slowly building for the future, and I like it.
I love it.
Well.
I love
I gotta say, sorry, real quickly. I thought it was interesting how they drafted Joe Ginla in round 3. I thought it was a little bit. I wasn't expecting Joe Ginla to go that high, even though I know there's a family connection. But he is smaller than his brother at around 5'10", and I think he's got a long ways to develop. But I think it's a little bit interesting. And also again, Calgary has a lot of picks, so. They have a lot of leeway as well.
Might as well take a shot when you can.
Yeah, I actually was reading that Joe should have actually gotten in like the 6th to 7th round. So he was by 3rd round a bit of a stretch. He did not produce much of anything. Where was he in the OHL? Hold up a second.
WHL with Vancouver.
WHL. Yeah, 10 points in 22 games, and then beforehand only 21 and 37 with the Oil Kings. So it's not to say that he's bad; it's just he's very raw, and
it's definitely a project pick for sure.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go, and he's nothing like his brother. Who I feel like his brother's like the complete package, and then like Joe is like what if Teej was like melting pot of a bunch of different assets, but just nothing that was really definitive. You know, I feel like he's got the traits, like he's got the traits from his brother and his dad, but just nothing that really makes him stand out. And kind of just to hone them all into to one, and then once he does, he'll become a much better player. And then on Carl's, it's kind of like when the Brady Martin pick. I feel like these farm boys, they just got because they've been working all their life helping out in the farm. They just got that real worker mentality, and that just means that they're gonna just constantly be on the grind, constantly when you get on the ice, just be a force, always putting their team first, doing what's needed in order to not only get the win, but to help contribute to get pucks in the net, to get pucks into the zone, to get pucks out of the zone, to defend in front of the net. Like he'd just be so great at that, and I love that Carl's pick.
For sure. Me personally, I had Carl's. I had him going to the Flames through and through. He just fit with Calgary so much. And yeah, I can't wait to see how he pans out because, like Ben said with the connections, it's going to be very fun to see that team in the future. But moving on, Team 7, the Seattle Kraken.
Charlie Street falling right into their fucking lap at
Yeah,
7.
I think we
Brian
all know
Campbell.
how this is going to go.
It's an A plus.
No, for sure.
Chase Reed falling in your lap at 7, you just have to take him and like.
Do we
This is
know
like
why he fell?
no,
No.
Yeah, I don't think we're not
I
sure.
don't think we know, but like still, the fact that he fell to 7 is just beyond me. So it's just in easy A plus for me.
This is
Easy.
also, I think, the first time Seattle has drafted a defenseman in the first round, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, with a pick like Reed, you know, this is the type of picks, a type of offensive threat Seattle needs, even though it's a defenseman. You know, I mean, the main thing with Seattle is that they always get these like middle six forwards, and you know they can't like break out. But either way, I
Yep.
Chase Reed has this type of deceptiveness in his game and movement as well. That's I think almost close to elite at some points in his game. But yeah, I can't wait to see what he can do at Michigan State next year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
someone with Chase Reed, I don't even think it's just offensively, but he's got that a bit of defensive touch to him where he's literally the magnus opus for that of Seattle Seacor because they've been needing something like that since their inception, and now that they have that, I feel like he is going to become like what Zach Werenski is on Columbus, where he will become the staple for that decor for future seasons, and he will be the driving factor as to why Seattle will be much better defensively from here on out. And I'm so excited to see what he's able to become. I hope to God that they do not give him the treatment like they've done with a lot of their prospects and just bury them under a mountain of old men
Mid.
who have extremely long and overpaid contracts. But yeah, I feel like it's just going to be so hard to ignore the talent that Breed brings to the table. And the fact that he fell so much was just a shock to me.
Yeah.
The fact, yeah, they took Chase Reed with like the first pick, but if you look at the other draft, yeah, they took like maybe like it's not like no first round picks, like taking like defenders with the first round picks. We have Blake Fiddler at 36 last year. You have, so there's not really notable in 2024, but if you look in 2023, there's Dugan Drastovic, Caden Price. In 2021, also there's Riker Evans, who's not with the team. He's been like developed and like has been a staple of the defensive core. So if you like take the time to like develop the defenseman, that defensive core can turn out to be real nice. But you have to like really like shovel it out and like develop it well.
For sure. For sure. Um, like you all said, Chase Reed falling. This is obviously an A plus. Moving on to Team 8, the Winnipeg Jets.
I feel with Vigo, I like this pick a lot. Hold on a second. Just wanted to clarify something here. Okay, yeah. So with Vigo, it kind of was a blessing in disguise for that of Winnipeg, is because when was it Andrew Ladd that was their center that they had for years on, and was it Brian Little? I think it
Andrew
was
Ladd.
Andrew
That's
Ladd.
Brian
quite the
Little,
pull.
Brian and July,
Was
Brian
it?
Little, yeah.
Was it Brian Little or Andrew Ladd? It was one of them.
Brian Little was the center.
Okay, so it was Brian Little. Okay, so when Brian Little retired, they've been trying to like find that center for the future for years on end, and they just failed to do so. But I feel like with Bjork, they finally have something that can become that. Like, he is small, but he's got just such a fun toolkit of offensive skill that you can't help but love. Like, he's very fast, he's shifty, he's able to handle that puck extremely well, and the way he's able to score is just it's so captivating.
And
I feel like
the ability to like read plays, kind of play out. That's what
yeah,
what's kind of my takeaway with Bjork, and he's not afraid to get physical as well.
no, that's the other thing too, which I think is again really needed for a center, is you need to be able to assert yourself because you're at both ends of the ice, on the right and the left, and you kind of have to play but with a snarl, especially at that size. Because if you don't, then you're going to be pushed over. So personally, I give that pick an A for Winnipeg, and because that's their only pick the whole thing, I guess I just call it an A.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
isn't. This is another guy. Go for it. My bad.
sorry, no, you're good. Like, I feel like this is an obvious A. Vigo on a lot of people's like rankings for this draft was top 3 or top 5. There is so much potential with Vigo, and it's extremely exciting to see how Winnipeg's going to use him. Because I feel like they could use a guy like him, a little guy like him that produces energy, that does a lot of offensive production, and is an insanely good skater. So I'm really excited to see how Vigo pans out. So I agree with Nova. I think this is an A. This is a good pick.
And this is another guy that I had mocked at this pick. Like I had mocked Vigo at the Jets for a little bit. So this is definitely like the right pick for them. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Easy A.
absolutely. I think moving on, it's my turn with Team 9, and it's the Nashville Predators. Um, this is quite interesting with pick 9 going Wyatt Cullen. I like Wyatt Cullen, but I feel like you
Pick
could.
10, by the way, not
Oh,
9.
pick 10.
Yeah, because
Your list says 9.
because
Anyway.
it's team
Oh,
9.
that's right. That's right. Anyway, sorry.
I can see why it's
Team
confusing.
10. Team 10, Nashville Predators.
Team 9, pick 10. There you go.
Anyway, the Predators select Wyatt Cullen and Tommy Blyle. My goodness.
Pick 10.
Anyway, Wyatt Cullen.
Get it right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm recovering right now, but it's all good. Wyatt Cullen. There's lots of potential with this kid, and I'm a fan of it. It's just, I feel like they definitely could have went somewhere else here, someone else. But if it all pans out with Wyatt Cullen, I think, this is going to be a good pick. It's like I feel they need more young offensive players with such an old team because remember you have Marchessault, Stamkos still on contracts. It's very, very it doesn't look good for Nashville, but right now Wyatt Cullen looks promising. And then I think later in the first round they go Tommy Blyle as a right defenseman. He's so crafty and an amazing skater and is great with the puck that they need that on their defense. Like they desperately need someone just like Tommy Blyle in that farm system and in the NHL for them. So I'm giving I like a B plus with Nashville. I think B plus is reasonable.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's very reasonable.
you have things with connections again because Riker Lee is gonna be playing with Tommy Blyle, and if Cameron, next gen, correct me if I'm wrong, where is Cameron Reed be committed? Again?
Cam Reed's going to Michigan.
Okay, so there's no connection there because no one that was drafted there is going there this year. But he's gonna be playing with Evan Kovic, who's on the pick last year. But pick Colin is going to Minnesota. Blau is going to Michigan State. That is, both two good picks, honestly. Colin, yeah, you could have maybe picked someone else, but there's the eye upside there that you like, and
Yeah.
you look at Tommy Blau.
That was just the right move at the right time there.
Right move, right time. They traded up for this pick, and I like it.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like too Belial was a bit of a sneaky pick because he was rising on a lot of draft boards, and the fact that they got him in the first round, I was actually shocked how far he fell. Was a good pickup, especially as
You had him higher?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I actually had him around this area. If the Bruins didn't trade for Paterka, I had the Bruins drafting him.
I had him a
No.
little higher. I had him
That's
a
what he
little
meant.
higher.
No, higher. That makes sense. In the top, like in the
Oh,
top 25.
okay.
No, because being 31st overall was kind of a shock to me. I just feel like his offensive skill level was something hard to ignore. Like I understand you only have one season of 2M under his belt.
JHL, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. They just like there's just a lot more to him. I mean, like standing at 6 feet, 165 pounds, he's a big
Small
boy.
guy.
It's a small guy.
No, not too small for how offensively he is. I like the pick, and I feel like he's gonna pan out to something pretty surprising, especially for that decor that doesn't have as much offense as they would like. He'd be a great factor on that decor for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Next gen, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think Nashville could. What I thought Nashville was missing was a little bit more skill in their prospect pool. I mean, obviously they got Riker Lee with one of their last picks last year, which I thought was a big help. But I think Wyatt Colin's a really interesting prospect. He was like 5'8" 2 years ago, and now he's like 6'1". So he's really still kind of growing into his body. I just love the
Still
way he
fast,
attacks the
man.
middle, and he kind of creates plays. He's a really good playmaker as well. I already saw that in like a clip from camp today. I forgot who he passed to, but the guy scored on. He made a nice play to. Actually, I think it was Lee, and he was able to score on Borchev. So once again, I'm a really big Wyatt Colin fan. I had him at this range. Then also getting a guy like Tommy Blale, who's just really fluid at skating. I like Xavier Villeneuve a little bit better, but either way, I think they could have used a puck moving defenseman at this level or at this spot, and yeah, I think this is a perfect steal. So yeah, I think they got an A with their first round picks with the high upside or high offensive upside, and yeah, I think they're sneakily building a nice prospect pool right here.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we got the St. Louis Blues.
Damn.
And
Listen.
yeah,
Another team
I
that
think
did great.
yeah, I kind of like their draft class. They drafted, I'd say, my boy Tynan Lawrence. I was higher than most. He obviously took a bet on himself and went to college early after, I think dominating the USHL, even though he was kind of injured. Obviously his stock kind of fell, but I still saw some things that looked really good. I just really like the way he kind of picks pucks in the neutral zone. He's got that good transition game, good skating. Um, I think he's gonna be a reliable second line center. And I don't know how much of his offense is gonna like translate in the NHL, but like I just like the way he skates and like he's able to get possession back to his team. And one knock I would say against him is I think sometimes he likes to try to play hero puck and like tries to take it to the net by himself, and sometimes it messes up. I've seen like Nathan McKinnon do that at one point where he just trying to force offense where like maybe his other teammates aren't doing it. But I mean, anyways, I expect BU to be a much better team, and he's also he's gonna compete with Caleb Malhotra for that 1C spot as well. But I really like this as a Blues pick, and you already got Robert Thomas, and I think he's kind of in that same vein a little bit, and so I think he's gonna like fit their lineup perfectly. And then with the Blues next pick, then Maddox Dagenet. I know some people are not really that high on him. I'm sort of high on him. I actually had him at number 17 because I really like the way he skates as a 6'4" center. I think he's going to be a center in the NHL. I like his shot as well. I think he just needs kind of consistency, and obviously the Q is a high offensive league, no defense, but I think he doesn't really play like that typical Q player. I think he's got some physicality with him as well, and I've also heard I think there's some concussion issues maybe. So I mean that's something you gotta monitor. But I view Dagenet as like I think more of like a third liner, something to help anchor as well. But I mean I still think the Blues did solid, and they also got Mason McTavish in that trade as well. They obviously weren't gonna keep all their picks, but I I think I would go with the. I guess I think I would go B plus once again. I really like Tynan Lawrence, but yeah, maybe they could have done a little bit better with Dagenet, or maybe they could have went with the Belchets here, but they went with another center. At least I view Dagenet as a center. But yeah, once again, I think the Blues did solid, and also with their later picks as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Personally, I'm not as high as you on Preston. I feel like kind of just like I know they're two different positions, but like Mrazov, when he transitioned to the NCAA, he sort of just hit a wall and couldn't do much of it. I mean, but then again, that whole BU team was a complete mess. They were trying to find some sort of identity, but just failed to do so. And I understand that the more defensive acumen to Preston's game is there. I don't know about offensively, but then again, he's still young. He's got a lot more years left till he actually reaches the NHL. I still think he's going to be like maybe 2 to 3 years away before he actually gets there. And then for Dagenet, he was actually the first overall pick in the QMJHL draft. So that kind
2024,
of,
yeah.
so that goes to tell his skill level, and it is an all offensive league. So when you do draft him, you're not going to get someone who's going to be totally like asserting himself physically. He will be more of a puck carrier, something along those lines, a playmaker even. Not bad in terms of scoring goals because again, they're all about that McHugh. So I don't see him like becoming much more than a third liner because the Q is a lesser league compared to that of the WHL and the OHL. But I feel like it's still a solid pick through and through. I'd give it like a B minus, to be honest, if I were to
B
say,
minus. Whoa.
No, that's fine.
I didn't really like the Preston or the Lawrence pick. I'm just not high on him, but I like.
I mean, I'm not either, but I feel like people had him going. Actually, no, I could wrap my head around a B minus. I'm fine with that.
No, I
I'm
can,
actually
I can do that too.
I can understand it. Yeah, I think this is sort of the range Lawrence was gonna go, maybe 15-ish. I mean, once again, I'm still pretty high on him. I one point had him as my top C, but like going back to Bjork, I really like Bjork more, and I could see him, with his offense translating more.
If you like
Yeah,
go,
for sure.
if you go like the continue on like Dagenet a little bit, after his first year in the queue, he kind of like switched his game around to be more
Yeah,
of a two-way forward, and I think that really pushed him in the like the rankings that's prompting him to be a first rounder, which is good.
I-
Capable. I love that.
Yeah, I think he was kind of on his draft day. He was supposed to be like this skilled sniper. He still has the shot, but yeah, he's kind of developed into this like power forward. And like, I I think he skates pretty good as a 6'4" guy, and he could be mean at some points as well.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I like a B minus. I agree with Nova. But yeah. Moving on, we got the New Jersey Devils.
I just want to say to finish on the Blues. Lars
Oh, yeah.
Timer is a 6th rounder.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is insane.
For sure.
That
That's
is
a
insane.
steal.
One, how does he fall that far? 2 great picks by the Blues.
I think he should
No
have
idea
gone
why
like
he
in a
fell.
3 or 4th. I think
But
because of size.
Yeah, the
I
size.
could
probably the size. He's
understand.
a very
Yeah,
small
He's a
skater.
mean player though.
that's the
Very
thing though.
physical,
He
yeah.
is a very mean player. Like, if you want someone who has no shits given, he is that sort of player. And
hmm
you talk about Bjork asserting himself at his size. Wow, it's pretty impressive just what Starner can do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
going back to Lawrence, I did say I don't know what it is. I have a hard time wrapping my head around Lawrence, and I think it's like Preston. But I always mistaken Lawrence to be a defenseman. I don't know what it is, but I think the reason why I always think he's defenseman is because I look at his point totals and 7 points in a first NCAA year. I know it's kind of akin to that of Letourneau, who only got 3, but then again, you have to realize he's going from high school straight to the NCAA. But yeah, he is a center, and I kind of goes back to what I said. I don't see a lot of much there when it comes to Lawrence. Like, that's whether or not he actually takes that next step is to be determined, and he is on a BU team that is still trying to find their identity and to become what they once were. And I feel like Lawrence is going to be relied on heavily now that he's going to a sophomore year because of that. So we'll see what happens with Lawrence, but I do personally like the Dagenet pick a lot more. But yeah, that's just me.
For sure. Moving on to the Devils.
Hey, so the Devils, they picked Alexander Command at 12,
Yeah,
which
that's
some people saw as a bit of a reach, and I can see it. Why? I can see why. But I personally like the pick. You don't reach out too much. You feel like a need that you kind of like needed that middle 6 center, which Command can fill that spot easily. So, I would give it honestly. It's like I'll give it like an B plus.
I was okay. Controversially, I was the one who kind of said this, but I look at Kaman's game and I don't see. I see a really good forward. Like, he's caught the offensive skill. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he can handle that puck well, and don't sleep on his shooting. But I just look at him, and he's always positioning himself around that blue line. And the way he lays the body, oh my God, it's just insane. Like, I saw Hemming's game, and he lays the body hard, but Kaman sends people flying. And again, he's like always trying to be the first one back, protecting the goalie. He acts like he is a defenseman, and I feel like if there's anything that's to be a Brett Burns type going from forward to defenseman, it could be Alexander Command. And I wouldn't even be shocked if he does. I just look at his game, and he could perfectly be not like an all-star, but a capable two-way D-man with just his offensive skill and his defensive skill. And it's just, I guess, the clips I saw, but I very much loved his defensive game, and he's just so great at it. I mean, the way he's able to read pucks, the way he's able to protect lanes, the way he's able to position himself at that blue line, and he always wants to take his shots from that blue line. I mean, a lot of the times you see him slappers from the blue line, and some of those clips you're like, is he actually a defenseman? But no, he's a forward.
That's center. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a center, and so it's not to say he doesn't drive to the net, and he does that really well, and he will force himself through bodies. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
he'd be a very, if not a defenseman, a very interesting two-way player that I kind of like at 12. I think it's a bit of a reach, but I still like.
Me personally, I think it is a reach, but I'm a big fan of him as well. Lots of talent there. I'm gonna go with a B. I'm not just trying to not trying to give it a B plus or an A, because let's be honest, Command is at 12 is a reach. I never saw him climbing that high, but that's just me. So yeah,
I can agree
um,
with this one.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Moving on, we have the New York Islanders.
I when I saw the Gustafson at first, I was kind of underwhelmed with the just the point total. I felt like he'd be able to get a tad more, but then I looked at his game, and it's honestly pretty impressive. He is a very fluent and I'd say agile skater for his size, and the fact that he is a shutdown D, he can do well with driving that puck into the zone. And I feel like he provides a good vantage point to set up players, and he won't be the goal scorer, and he might not be the primary assist, but he will be the reason why that puck eventually finds its way into the net. And defensively, again, he asserts himself really well. And alongside like someone like Sean Atkinson and um um oh my gosh, I am blanking so hard. Schaefer, there we go. It's a perfect balance because you have Schaefer being the offensive D-man. You have Aitchison being more the two-way because he is offensive as he is defense, and then Gustafson being the defensive D-man. And that honestly all works perfectly to build what is now going to be the defense going forward for the Islanders. And I feel like it's a solid pick. Not like a pick that, I mean, compared to other D-men, there were other ones on the board which I think that they could have benefited from. But in all honesty, in the Islanders sense, I get why Matthew Darsh did pick the, or Darsh did take him. So I'd give it a solid like B plus.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean B plus is fine for Gustafson. He's a good player. Like potential with him. I feel like there's a little bit of a floor for him, but there's a lot of potential to be unlocked with him. Like he's a raw prospect, and
Oh, for sure.
yeah, so I'm excited to see what he does with the Islanders.
And if you just look at their decor, it's a lot of left defensemen. It's a lot.
Yeah, and that's another
Oh,
thing. He
yeah.
just could be like used for trade bait, which sucks.
I don't
I
think he will. I don't
feel
think
But
he
I don't
will.
think they will do that. I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah.
with Gustafson, he will work perfectly as a mobile shutdown D on this third pair because they got so many left shots. So I don't feel like it's a bad.
And I feel like he can even play the guy with Schaefer, literally.
I think you could also play with maybe like an Aitchison and help provide stability. You know, with Aitchison,
Mhm.
he kind of likes to go all around too. Like I think he's kind of wild at points with his positioning. But with
Yeah.
Gustafson, you know, like you said, he's very safe defensively. I kind of viewed him as a little bit like a Simon Edvidson at some points.
Mm.
I think his movement at being I think he what was his height again? Like 6'4".
Gustafsson is
6'5".
listed at 6'4", 203. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like he's got
It's a
that
big
big
dog.
reach as well. And I think he's shown some hints at offense at the U18. So I just think it's a plain solid pick for the Islanders. Nothing too
Yeah.
jazzy about it, but you know, yeah,
But
pretty
like
solid.
to like not go like too far, like too in depth. I think this draft, like Gustafsson and the other picks, is just called like fits well like with the draft for last year. Because last year you picked Schaefer, Eklund, Etchison, Prokhorov, and Romano, even Politan. Now you put Gustafsson with those guys and like the other picks you've taken this year. I like where Darsh is going for sure.
Yeah. Moving on. It's Columbus, correct?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
Columbus.
The Columbus Blue Jackets select Oscar Hemming. I'm a fan of Oscar. Saw him play some BC games when I went to a few games in college. Lots of potential there, and I feel like this is probably one of the most Blue Jackets pick ever. Let's be honest.
We literally
Um,
called it on bar. So
yeah, we literally called it. This guy is just physicality's there, and that's almost every Blue Jacket forward, I believe, like including Marchenko, and the list goes on. Besides some people who've gone moved, but that's okay. But they like that type of game where like it's a physical game of offensive talent, and Hemming is your guy right there. There's a lot of potential with Hemming, and the thing with him is that he is extremely he's talented, but there's just a floor that like I feel like if he's fucked up, like if development goes wrong, he won't be what people think he'll be. Like at all with him. Like worst case scenario, maybe a third liner. While he has potential to be maybe on the first unit power play or a second.
So
So I might go B minus B. Nah, not B minus. What? No, I'm going B plus with this one.
I just want to say I'm keeping up with like the grade and stuff.
Yeah,
This is the 5th B plus in a row.
yeah. Well, I mean,
it's kind of just like once you get from the top, the talent sort of like teeters off, and they're more or less just
you
complementary
really see a
pieces.
decrease in talent, but like with Hemming, it's just
Yeah.
like Hemming is like it's really high ceiling, but a really low floor that will literally catch up with him. But I think he'll be fine. So that's why I'm giving it a B plus.
Yeah, don't mind it.
Yeah.
I agree. Like he didn't play a lot of games because earlier on in the year he wanted to find more competition, and in Liga, Liga, and playing in Finland where he wasn't getting that. So he wanted to advance to the top league, but they said he couldn't and didn't have enough experience to do that. And so
Then you went
he
to the
wanted,
NCAA.
yeah, he
think.
wanted to play in the CHL before moving to the NCAA because obviously going to the NCAA is a big jump. But because of his contract, he couldn't. And the
Right.
only his Finland contract, he couldn't. So the only place he was allowed to play was the NCAA, and so that was just a whole rigmarole that he had to go through. He had to like speed run his school in order to be eligible to go over to the NCAA. It was just a bunch on his plate that he was able to get through, and that kind of just speaks to his capabilities to just crack down on what's needed, which is great, hockey player for him to have that sort of ability. And another thing with Hemming is yes, he can lay the body, but he's not a person who, when lays the body, will take a moment to get back up to pace. He will quickly get back into the play, and he's so great at moving that puck because on the rush, you need somebody who can be that one who you pass to, so that that player can go into a better position, so that the one who just got passed to can then feed the puck on over. He's great at that, and in general, his sort of ability to find people in those prime locations that are about to score is perfect. Apart from that, yes, he's got a sort of like a low floor, high ceiling. I feel like he's just a complimentary third liner, maybe at most a second liner. But I personally like the pick. I feel like it's some risk, but he's also very young, especially for the NCAA. And BC is a great school. I like it. They're
I think
able
he
to go
wanted
to
to. I
lot.
think he transferred. No, I thought he
I
might have.
no,
I assume he's
I
still at
don't think he
BC.
did.
He's still at
Yeah,
Still at
BC.
BC.
it'd be
I
dumb
heard
if he
he
did.
wanted out, but that's.
Really? I think
I
BC
heard
is a
that
great school.
it is a
BC is
great
a great
school.
school.
It's better than BU, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, it is.
but yeah, How do we think with B plus with this one, guys?
I like this one. I like it.
I
Like
don't
it?
mind it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on, we got the Anaheim Ducks.
This is
Yeah, this is a really interesting draft by the Ducks, and I was not expecting them to go this route, knowing what Verbeek has done in the past. They usually like to go for size, but this time they went with
Small,
what I'd
skillful
say all
players.
skill.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of drafted a little bit of the same type, but either way, it was interesting. Once again, I I drafted one of your guys here. It's number 15, Klepov, obviously going to Michigan State.
It's my boy.
He's Yeah, he's definitely one of the more exciting players this draft class. Really nice skill, great puck handling. I think he's sometimes a little bit passive defensively, but I mean either way, he could be fun, dynamic, and hopefully he could develop some of his frame and more
Yeah.
strength as well at Michigan State. And then I wasn't really expecting him to go first round, or maybe I should have, but Marcus Nordmark at number 28 is really interesting. Another one of these skilled guys. But I mean, I heard he had some attitude issues. Like I think I saw him snow the goalie at the
Oh
U18s, and
shit! What?
I heard his coach was yelling at him as well. He did some antics at the U18s as well, but he's also just this fun, skilled player with a nice shot as well. And but there's some questions on how it will translate to the NHL. But I mean, the Ducks already have a stacked team in my opinion. I think Beckett Seneca has played his role nicely. You also got Cutter
Man.
Gauthier
Leo
and
Carlson.
yeah, Leo Carlson especially. And
Yeah, absolutely.
also with this draft, I want to shout out Mathis Preston. That is ridiculous
Yes.
how he fell to number 50. I think I had him in my top 15. Like he's got a little bit dynamicism, like I want to say like a William Nylander almost. Like he can dangle, he could snipe too. He's really fast. It just goes to the net. I think he's another guy who has attitude issues. I heard I heard he like fell in the WHL draft because of that. But like that is insane what the Ducks have gotten value. And I honestly think Preston has a great shot at becoming the best out of their first four players they've drafted in this draft. But either way, I think I'm gonna go. I think I think I might go B minus. I think Klepov might be a little bit high, and I think Normark is a little bit weird to draft in the late round. But I mean, honestly, if you switch the order with Preston, Klepov, and then Nordmark in the second round, I think I would like that better. But they still got those, they still got those players. So I mean, I'm just kind of grading it on the order of the
Yeah.
draft how they got it once again. But I still think they're pretty fun players. And if you're a Ducks fan, like get ready for the abundance of offense you're gonna have and skill, because that's gonna be just straight awesome as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our
I
show
have
producer Amari backstage. Sorry. Amari backstage is a huge Leo Carlson fan, so I bet he can't wait to see that guy get some young help back there. So yeah,
and I
Leo's a
like
dog.
yeah, and
Leo is a dog.
maybe that's not like a guy that was like talked about. Like a name that I like that they pick is Noah Kosick out of Seattle in the
Oh yeah, I
WHL.
think that was interesting too, and I think a 6th rounder.
6th rounder. They got him for the right of John Carlson. That's not got him to Tampa Bay. But Kosick got 20 points, had 20 points in 32 games in WHL this year, which is like, let's say decent, but definitely like something that's like developed for sure. But I think they could get something somewhere.
I like Klepov a lot. I was watching his game and reading up on him a bit. He seems like a very all-around player who can be capable at both ends of the ice, which is very much needed. And as for Nordmark, he has a lot of skill, and that's undeniable. But I feel like he lets that get to his head in the sense of where he thinks when he's on the ice, he's like the best of the best, and that if he's not allowed to be that, then he gets easily pissed off. Like his attitude is a major reason as to why he folded, and it's risky. Like the skill's there, but it is risky, and there's a bit of that translatability question, like whether or not it will. So I'm not like for that pick. I mean, like, I personally would have taken like, what was it, Preston that they took?
Preston, this game at 50.
Yeah, I would have taken Preston at that point. I understand that he's got his own issues, but not Nordmark issues.
Yeah.
I feel like if Nord actually, I think Nordmark could be someone like Nick Cousins, where he's just an absolute rat. Like he will be someone who you'd love on your team, but you'd
hate playing
on,
against.
hate playing
Yeah,
against,
like a Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand or Nick Cousins, and
I could see that.
that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Nordmark would
I can see that.
But yeah, shout out the Ducks. Great draft. Moving on, we got the Utah Mammoth.
Oh, yeah, sure. So
Yeah. Boston's pick. Awesome. But
yeah,
it's worth it.
with Boston's pick, yeah, sure. No, this is not. Wait, this is not Boston's pick because
Wait, is this not pick 23? Oh no,
this is
never
pick
mind.
17.
Oh, they
Pick
traded
23
it. Never mind.
Pick
You're
23
right.
is the the Detroit was gonna get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. Anyway,
So
anyway,
they
moving on.
The Utah moved up from 19 to 17 to pick Ethan Belcher here. I don't mind it. I heard that he had skating issues, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I probably would have taken probably other forwards right before him, but there was like not many that you can take above him at this point. So I understand the pick. It's not terrible. And honestly, yeah, I don't have
I think they went best available
the best player
at this
available.
point.
I don't
Yeah.
mind it. If you're 6'5", 229, he's going to Michigan State. The game only is gonna get better from here. And at 96, at 96, you put up Adam Valentine in the 4th round. I don't know how he felt that
surprised
far.
he felt too. A lot of guys fell surprisingly.
From what I heard of Valentine, I heard he just did an interview while at the combine.
That okay. Well,
so but still, I think that's a steal. I think Valentini was like a borderline first rounder because he's got that physical edge.
Middle of the second, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he fell like 4th,
that's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 92nd, I believe.
96.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
I to like give out like overall. Just on the Belcher's pick, honestly, this one best player available. How gone grade like too low? I'm gonna just give it a B. I can't go. I don't.
I like it.
I can't give it a C because it's best player available. And
it's best player available, but there's also sorry.
And there's not really much players you could have taken above him anyway. So I feel like B.
Yeah,
I feel is fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Best player available right there for Utah. Skating issues for sure, but that could obviously be honed up. That could obviously get better. But yeah, I like a B. I like it.
For sure.
Yeah, moving on. Washington Capitals.
Oliver Suvanto. Now, I like this pick because they needed some piss and vinegar, and I know that EBS is going to provide that, but Suvanto is also going to provide that, and Suvanto is a no shits given type of player, and to boot, he's got offense, and as a sort of crash and bang type of guy who can help out his team in a lot of ways, more than what other sort of power forwards would be capable of, is very much needed. And I feel like he can be that sort of protect type player. I know you don't like Kachuk, but I feel like he's kind of like a Sam Bennett or a Kachuk, where he'd be that physical presence that protects your top scoring and playmaking talents. whilst also being able to chip in a bit here and there. Like, yeah, okay, he won't be as fast and he won't be as skilled, but he's still capable in his own right to be within that top six. So overall, I'd give it like an A. Nothing like I
NA.
hate.
Okay.
I nothing that I really hate with the pick personally.
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, I love this pick
Yeah.
because it just keeps on building on the size they already have.
And
Suvanto
he
is
uses that
6'3".
size so
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah, he does. Suvanto 6'3". Last year you drafted Lankovic at 6'4". 2 years prior you drafted Ilya Protas at 6'3", Matejko at 6'5". They're definitely building through size. And you saw that as well, like with acquisitions. And they traded Milton Gaston just last year. They traded him to the Blues to get Jordan Carew. So they're obviously building through size, and I like it. This is be a gritty team to play against in the future.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Such an absolute pest of a.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Los Angeles
I really like
Kings.
that.
Yep.
LA Kings. Sorry, I was having connection difficulties.
You're fine.
The LA Kings. They got Elton Hermanson. I really don't know how I feel about this one, to be honest. It's just the Kings are such a weird team when it comes to drafting. Like, they can't just like they're a type of team that just can't tank correctly or just get in the lottery. I don't because a few years ago they went Liam Greentree, good pick, traded him away to New York. Now it's like, all right, who's our guy? And I guess you could say it's Elton Hermanson. I mean, he could play both wings, left and right, pretty well. Lots of offensive capability. His skating's all right, but I feel like he's more of a defensive forward and uses the body more. But there is offensive production there. So me personally, I would go with I want to go with B, to be honest. I'm not probably best available for this one as well because it's the Kings, and the Kings, they're the Kings. I mean, when was the last time they really developed someone besides Byfield or Brant
The,
Clark?
the Kings are
I-
gonna king for sure.
Thank you.
I
Exactly.
I feel like this pick can either be a B or a straight out D, borderline F,
Yeah,
depending
exactly.
just depending on who the Kings are. They are like the Rangers and like the Bruins. They suck at development and
Yeah.
giving players that opportunity. So I understand that Hermanson's got a lot of skill, a lot of potential, but is that something that LA will want to get out of him? I mean, you look at Liam Greentree, he's a lot better than a Hermanson, but they got rid of Greentree. And I feel like Greentree could have been a great addition to the LA Kings over someone like Panarin, especially in the long run. And you look at the LA Kings now, I don't know what direction they're going. They're such a confusing team that
Yeah, absolutely.
it's kind of like they're stuck again, like the Bruins, in this sort of middling purgatory where they do enough to slapstick the team together and like go forth and make the playoffs, but then they get absolutely embarrassed in the first round, and then it's the same process over and over again. And they don't have much youth, and if they either trade away or they don't use, and it's just like, okay, well, what are you doing? So that's why I'm like, I like Manson, but in the sense of an LA system, I don't know. It's hard to predict because like, how are they going to utilize him, and what is he going to become? Is it going to be like a Boston Bruins type of first round pick where they're going to force him to become something, or are they going to actually allow him to become what he's needed to become and be that much needed breath of fresh air on an LA team?
Right.
So it's just a
Right.
matter of time.
Yeah. Next gen, what do you think?
I mean, I I think I wanted to see the Kings go for skill, and that's what they did. I think on the draft cast or something, they kept on saying that the Kings should have drafted a center, because Kopitar was retiring. But the Kings always like to go safe. I mean, they drafted I think what was his name? Was it Henry Brustevich. I forgot his first name. Yeah, I
Andrew
think it was Henry
Brusevich last
Brustevich.
year. It was
Mhm.
Henry.
I think they went with the safe pick last year, and I think they went with the more offensive upside right here with Hermanson. Definitely got some good skill. He played well on his own. I think pretty decently at the Allsvenskan level. Uh, I still think it was a decent pick for the Kings. Like I said, I want the Kings to be more like kind of offensive. I forgot who their new coach is. I think is it Laviolette?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So they're
Yeah,
definitely gonna have a system change come in there, and I want them to get more younger as well because I think they kind of messed up their development system.
I mean, if you
for
look at
sure.
the
I
other
100%
picks,
agree.
not to like ramble all too long, they got a center at the next pick at the 46. You got a right D. You get Zelensky at 80.
Mm-hmm.
You pick another center at 103 in Vanderberg, which is honestly a good pick there, a good value.
Mm-hmm.
Another left
I think
defenseman at 145. Pentelis at 153.
Oh, stop.
And they went
Stop.
when you're a lefty. So
Stop.
it's overall good class, but if you only go on Arminson, it's definitely like a B minus.
I think Svensk is I think an underrated pick by them. He's really good at skating, but everything else I think he's a little bit too crazy. I'm gonna have to watch him again, but either way, yeah, I
We'll
think the
see.
Kings had a little bit of an interesting class. I think definitely better
I don't
than
like
the
it.
Pat. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. Moving on is the Penguins. To the Penguins, sorry.
Back up to me.
Yep.
So drafted the first one of the Rock brothers at 22 in Liam. Good pick.
Hmm.
Good valid pick. Might have been too high, honestly, but at this point, just take it.
Mhm.
If you're planning to pick both brothers, which they did, this is a good pick there at 22. I don't know if I like consider the grade with the pick the picking like Marcus, but I'll consider it. If I could consider like they pick Marcus at 39, I'll go with an A easily
Yeah, and
because
sorry.
you
got one.
pick both brothers up. You build up that twin synergy. They really have never played like apart from each other. They have always been on the same team, so this is just going to continue at the collegiate level and pro level when they move pro, like to play either in the AHL or
Absolutely.
NHL. And I don't mind
I
it.
think
I don't mind the latter picking.
Yeah, me personally, I feel like the Penguins are another team that definitely did amazing in this draft. The Ruck brothers, I forgot who they picked later rounds, but I'm missing the name. If you
Thomas,
guys could,
Galvas and Bui von Richter and a goalie.
the Owen Sound attack player, I can't pronounce his name,
Oh,
but
Bowie.
that
Yeah,
he
Pierce
is.
Bowie.
And Bowie, Pierce, so good. Oh my goodness.
Third round.
That team, yeah, Kyle Dubois is absolute, or
Dubas.
Dubas, sorry.
Dubois.
Dubas is just insane. He's like, I'm happy he didn't do this with the Leafs, because if he did this
Oh
with the
yeah,
Leafs, I'd be more concerned. But the fact that he's making this Penguins offense like younger, more talented offensively, it's just you could see it with this draft class. I mean, you go Ruck brothers, and then you go Pierce, and then there's
Galvas.
just Galvis too. You go on, and there's just so much. And then if you go back to last year, you go Kindle or Kindle, whatever, however you say his name,
Kindle.
Kindle. Yes,
No.
he's been playing outstanding in the NHL level. So you just see the way Dubas is taking this team, and I love it. So me personally, I'm giving Pittsburgh. I might give them an A plus. Like
But,
overall,
yeah.
overall, yes. First round, I'd give them maybe like an A minus, B plus.
Like yeah, I'm sticking with my A here. Like with the fact that they did pick both brothers.
Okay, yeah.
But like Galvis at 54 is good. I mean, it's good for him because it's a double overager. So
Oh yeah,
it's
he
good
was
Yeah.
just fun to watch at the U18s. or no,
It's
yeah, U20.
20s. It's a good story for him to be picked finally. Because
For
Mbue
sure.
at 86, good value there in the third round.
He
Like
also fell.
due to size. He's what 5'11", 162.
Oh
That's
yeah,
definitely
he's
due
a
to
short
size.
guy. Yeah, but look at
Well,
Cole Caulfield scoring 50 goals and it's maybe more.
Yeah, so it was projected to go high and he didn't, and he fell because of size. So same thing.
Yes. Anyway, but yeah, Penguins had a great first round and a draft overall.
Good
Moving
overall
on,
draft.
we got next gen. We
Hey, you're
got your
right.
wings. You got the wings.
Yeah, so this kind of caught me off guard. Obviously we trade Kosa. I mean, we have a plethora of goalie prospects, so I think it's all right. Kosa
Yeah,
obviously been
because you got Augustine
struggling
coming
down the
up.
stretch. Yep, Pastavas emerged out of nowhere. So it's great to see Eiserman get a first rounder back. And I thought we'd maybe go with Hextall right here. Instead, we go with JP Hurlbert, which I gotta say is a breath of fresh air. We're finally drafting some skill guys who are taking bets on high offensive power and skill because we drafted safe two-way games, which it's fine, but I feel like we already have too much of that. We need to like have some variety in our lineup. And I wish we were to draft a guy like Mathis Preston, but I mean Hurlbert is a little interesting. Obviously, he made headlines for leaving the NTDP and going to WHL with Kamloops, and maybe there's a connection there with how we drafted Emmett Finney in the 7th round back in 2023, and we're going back to Kamloops for JP Hurlbert. But I mean Hurlbert, the skill is definitely there with him. He's a good shooter as well. He's got some nice vision on him. Only downside is his skating. I think it's about average, below average, and I think he could get physical, but I would say like the physicality when he throws a hit, I don't think he doesn't bring that much of an impact. And another risk with him is that he's also kind of a high perimeter volume shooter. I mean, there's risks to that. Like we've seen a guy like Alexander Holtz not work out, but then we also seen like a Cutter Gauthier pan out as well. So I mean, we'll see. But either way, I like how we're finally betting on this, and this is what this team needs for the future. He's also going to Michigan, which is really interesting. I don't know if he's going to play a big role because that team is looking stacked for next year down the lineup with Michael Hage coming back, and I also expect I think Hurlbert to be like more of a winger, and then or in the pro level as well. But I'm gonna say like a B pick right here. I think it's a solid pick. Once again, I'm just happy we're finally betting on offensive upside in a prospect.
No, I think
yeah,
Absolutely. I mean,
if
you've been trusting the Yeezerman plan for a
yeah,
while, and it just looks like it drained you, bud. But all seriousness aside, I agree with that statement. I feel like this is a pick that the Wings need, and that's all I could say.
I
Yeah,
feel like when
and
you
it's
look
been a
at
rough off season.
yeah, when you look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Hurlbert, I understand he's got his problems, but I like the way he's able to create something out of nothing. He has a vision before he gets into the zone, and he executes that vision. Even if there are some hurdles he has to get through, he'll execute that vision to a T, and he will leave goalies questioning just what the hell has happened. And I feel like yes, this is a definite pick on some real upside, and if they actually bother to use him, he will be pretty capable forward on the Detroit Red Wings. It's just
Yeah, absolutely.
we
I,
can say the same old and trust in the Azure plan. We'll see what.
Oh boy.
Poor next gen. Look at him. Anyway,
Yeah.
and if you look at the other picks, Victor Plant, good story. Pick up the Blonde brothers
Oh.
again. Continue.
I actually really like Victor
I-
Plant
They're
with that.
they're
Me
missing
too. I feel like
one.
there's a lot of upside with him.
Yeah, I love that. I'm surprised he fell so much. But he's a small
He can be a
player.
rat at points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway.
And also,
Nova, let's.
I also love the Beckham Edwards pick at 143. So
Yes. Anyway,
The
Nova,
thing
let's
on
hear what you think
Beckham,
about your Ottawa Senators.
before we get on to Ottawa, I just want to say Beckham Edwards, a second round, such a day of ups and downs. But like, if there was one bright spot about the draft, the second day, Beckham Edwards, his family, oh my god, they were so loud and just excited for him to get drafted. So
I
I'm
didn't
happy
hear his
that
family.
not you didn't. I
I
did. They're so loud, and even
I
the
had no
commentators
volume.
were. Oh,
that's why. Yeah, they were
that's
loud. I remember.
why. That's
They were loud.
why.
I remember.
But yeah, no, they were really loud. So they were really excited for the kid to get drafted, and I'm so happy for him. Hopefully he becomes something great for them. Yeah. So Ottawa. Kind of like Detroit fans, I'm pretty depressed with Ottawa. I don't know what direction they're taking. Like outside of Spence, I liked that signing, but Burakovsky and Erickson, I don't have anything to say. And they push out Drew, and you say who Kachuk is, but Kachuk's a lot like Savanto in the sense where he's a capable power forward that can be put in your top line. He provided a lot of protection for Stützle and for others who play alongside him, like a Dylan Cousins. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, they needed a goal scorer and didn't get it. But anyways, moving on to the draft, where they're perfect transition, goal scorers. So, Hohen. I looked at this pick, and at the initial thought is, okay, I have to go run to my liquor cabinet and I have to get some alcohol because I thought this was another Tyler Boucher pick. But no, this is kind of like a Carter Yakmanchuk pick where it's, again, you pick a guy who, yes, there is a ton of talent still on the board which you can get, but the skill is there. I see why they picked him, and he's a player who is able to really utilize his stick handling to benefit his offensive game well. He's able to cut in through bodies. He's able to go around multiple bodies by pulling that puck to a side far to where players have a hard time reaching for it. He's fast. He's really fast, and I like his speed. His transition game is awesome, and he's able to score. I mean, the way he scores is kind of like a sweeping wrister. He's got a lot of flex and on his stick, and you can tell like that twig bends, but it leads to a really whippy type of shot. And his one timer is just another clapper of where when he knows he's got the opportunity, he'll go for it. And on the ozone, he's a patient player. He really likes to move around with that puck and sort of determine what lane is best presented and whether that's a lane to pass someone or to score. He'll do it, and it's not like a shoot first guy now. He'll only shoot first if the opportunity really does present itself, but that's only if. And again, he's not afraid to get physical. He is a player who won't lay bodies, but he's persistent, and he will first force turnovers, and that's more evident in the fact of the penalty kill. So yeah, he's a versatile player in the sense that he can be on your power play and he can be on your penalty kill. Penalty kill, he's in that pressure's hard and, like I said, forces turnovers, causes players to get overwhelmed, mess up, and on your power play, he just likes to move around that puck and to really be the visionary. So I give it a C for now because he spent the whole year injured, but the goal scoring is definitely there, and he's kind of a goal first kind of guy, as evident to him having like 30 goals compared to like 3 assists in the juniors, something along those lines, something crazy.
Yeah, that was his D-1 year.
Yeah, so it definitely the goal scoring is evident, and he's a capable one at that. And then next was Jackson Cole. When I heard London Knights, I got up from my table or my seat. Now I acted like I just won the Stanley Cup. I was
You
screaming like,
probably won't, but yeah, go on.
no, I'm not saying I will, but I love this pick. I'm all about diversity. I mean, I earlier on in the year I did a report on a guy from Zimbabwe, Rashad Eichenberg. I absolutely love that kid's story, and he's another sense and where he got inspired to play hockey in a non a hockey market in the Cape Breton Islands, and he was a bit more beneficial with where he was at than Rashad because he actually had some sort of way to play hockey in the Kings roller skating arena. And there was times where, yeah, the hockey he was playing was a tad wet due to the fact that the actual facility had a bit of holes in the building. So when it rained, it leaked through. So that was kind of a detriment. But then again, to get into his style of game, he's a very hardworking, fast type of player. As described, like hockey's more of a northwest type of game or a north-south type of game, but with roller skating, you kind of have that east-west sort of skating style, and that is what initially transitioned over to when he did start skating on ice. So he's a fast-paced, hard-working type of forward that loves to get the net, loves to fight out in front, and again, another really good goal scorer. Raw, obviously, because he didn't start skating until he was about 13 or so. But there's a lot of potential there, and I really, 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 really love this pick outside of the story. And again, London Knights, it's a very good,
Organization.
a good organization for
Going to Penn
development.
State too.
And
Oh
then,
yeah, that's
yeah,
another huge thing.
going to Penn State again, you got to be really excited for just how much his latent abilities are going to be unlocked within these organizations. So it's just smiles with this pick. And then afterwards, I gotta give a shout out to two players. Nemec, Adam Nemec, brother of Simone. He's another player which came over, and in the World Juniors, he did decently well, but in North America, he did really well. He was over a point per game. I'm pretty sure, just about a point per game with Sudbury.
35
And
and 31.
25 points in 31 games.
35 and 31.
Okay, yeah. So he was above point per game. That's right. I like him. He got better with the skating. He's able to find those quiet areas in the ice, just go undetected. He's again another hard worker out in front of the net. Decent puck carrier. Fast, not like overly fast, but decently fast. Respectful in terms of speed. I like it. And then Holmertz is another guy who he's got eyes. I love him in the way he's able to play. He's got eyes in terms of the finding these lanes which you wouldn't think are a possibility, but he just makes it a possibility. He's got a game and a B game. He's good on the puck and away from the puck. He's able to go again like Demish behind the net, find the quiet areas where no one notices him besides his own teammates. He's got that goal scoring touch. He's also another fast player. Again, Sens in this draft went on a lot of upside and a lot of skillful type of players, which they have never done before, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, what do you give it as a letter grade?
I'll give it an A.
An A?
Truth be
I
told.
respect it. I respect it.
It's a very controversial ranking, but I give it an A. A lot of people make their rankings off of Hohen, and I feel like Hohen, because they haven't heard the name, that's just the way that they pick everything. But when you actually go and look at his name, a lot of Swedish players had like scouts. There's even a Quebec guy who I watched had him like going well within the top, like mid tens.
Yeah, I like an A. I mean, I might go. Me personally, I'd go low as like an A minus, maybe a B plus. but I do like Jackson Clover. I think that's his
Clover.
name. Very
Yeah.
solid, underrated. But moving on, we got the Montreal Canadiens, Ben.
Yeah, sure. And
F.
oh man,
Lib.
Boo.
no.
Oh,
You
hello.
can boo him, guys. It's okay.
We moved up. We moved up from 28 to go to 26 to pick another Russian in the first round. This
Better than
name,
Demonov.
Gleb Puchekov. I honestly, at first, I was like, okay. But then I look at this game, I'm like, yeah. And this is honestly, he's a fucking wrecking ball. Yeah, you may not like jump at you in the score sheet. He had 24 points in 32 MHL games. But he's just a wrecking ball. He's a top Muslim type of player. He's 6'3", 198. Got to bring another Russian after picking Zarakovsky last year and Demonov in 2024. This is just building. We're just building a Russian connection. And honestly, I'm all for it. Why not? Go for it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this pick alone, before I go like on the other picks, this pick alone, the more I've looked at it, the more I like it. This is an A for me. It just fits our system really. It's gonna be good. Great middles. Gonna be like good middle six or bottom six guy for us. Definitely like a third line guy. I think at the like the lowest I can see him is like third line. It could be in the fourth line eventually, but as a third liner, it's a good value pick at 26. For just a liner, it's good value. I can even see him in the second line. Why not? And with the other picks, you pick two overage defensemen in Brunso and Cooper Cleves on a whatever, that university. So I don't mind the Brunso pick because I've seen him like I've seen people like qualify him like as an early, like late first rounder, like early second. So I don't mind him being grabbed at 57. Please, I don't know much. It's not bad. 93. Some kid at 117. He's also going to North Dakota, so that's great. 46 and 68, great. Left D. I mean, this is a lot of D-men. We pick 4 D-men, 4 forwards with our 8 picks. So this is definitely like a split. But what we have done, also picking like Parker Troche at like 189. I like what we have done with our picks. Definitely getting good value where we needed to. Again, we're not in that stage anymore where we like need to hit on every pick, but when we can hit on picks and like get the players we want at this point of the like now contention, I like it. Overall, Jeff,
Yeah.
I like it, but overall, like on the Pushjakov pick alone, it's an A.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, I mean the Habs have probably like a top 5 farm system in the league. Let's be honest, and a great development system. And they're at the point where, like you said, they don't need to hit every pick they have. So I like this Gleb pick a lot. He's very, very, very talented, and
Gleb,
I think Gleb. That's what I
Lib.
said.
Gleb.
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 Anyway,
Sounds like fish.
yeah. Anyway, moving on with the Flyers.
I want to talk about Gleb for a bit.
Yeah, I'm moving
So,
on.
I want to talk about Gleb Pugachev.
All right,
my dude.
talk.
My God.
Damn,
Not
bro.
excited for the Flyers? Anyway, yeah, so Gleb Pugachev, I like him. He's a wrecking ball. I want him on the Sens because, again, that size and physicality seemed like a classic Sens pick. Of course, he went to Montreal because that's how Montreal always likes to do it, is they like to get the players the Sens want. But anyways, he will be great for a very, I'm sorry, but forward-wise, very soft Montreal team. They don't have a lot of grit there. Defensively, they do, but offensively, they don't. And Gleb will obviously provide that a lot. And he's not a fast one, but at least he's capable in terms of skating and a bit raw. But I think he will just develop into a solid player for the Habs.
Absolutely. All right.
I've seen a tweet. Go to quick. I've seen a tweet that it can be like ready in like what 2 years, which would be
I don't
absolutely
doubt that.
fantastic.
I don't agree with that at all. I think
He's got the body.
physicality wise, sure, but I think he needs 3 to 4.
I can't find the tweet anymore, but it's pretty sure after 2 years.
Yeah. What do you think next gen?
I kind of barely watched Pugachev. I've been really bad at watching Russian prospects, but before I've
Nah, it's
been
tough. Don't
listening,
worry.
yeah, before I've been listening a little bit, he's physical. That's the main part of him. Like you said, the wrecking ball part. But yeah, I'm gonna like try to watch more of him. And the Habs have a good track record at drafting Russians, obviously with Demidov, and now they drafted Zhuravsky last year. So, and also they have a plethora. They're a win now team, I think,
Yeah.
for next year. So I mean, I think it's a safe bet to, take a guy whoever they like. I also really like the Trache pick. Later,
Yeah, so do I.
I think in the 6th round. I think he's got limited upside, but he could be, I think, a potential decent, solid
Bottom
4th
6.
liner, penalty killer.
This is Don't. I'm trying to like find the tweet. I don't really see it, but I'm pretty sure it was like 2 years. I think
Yeah.
what it was. But
Yeah, but anyway,
I'm not gonna
it's
Philly,
go.
a I yeah,
I'm not
anyway.
gonna ramble on anymore. Go ahead.
No, you're good, you're good. Anyway, moving on to Philly. I'm gonna be honest with you. They got the positional need, but they fucked up. They fucked up big time. Oh man. They could have went Xavier. They went totally different and they fucked it all up. They really did. Now, I'm going to stand on this because listen. Maxime's very tall. He's very physical. But Villanueva, whatever his name is,
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
It's not this villain waving. Like what the fuck are you saying?
How did you screw that up?
Anyway,
Someone's
fucking Canadians. Anyway,
well, you're just
there's
not-
just
you're
more
more
talent
literal.
and upside in Xavier than Maxine. And I just think the Flyers just completely fucked up with this pick. I mean, like, he's going to UMaine. It's a good school, but it's not like a developmental school like University of Denver, North Dakota, BC, BU, Penn State. You could go on and on. You don't know how this guy's going to be. I feel like the safer pick was Xavier, and then he fell, and then the Flyers were like, oh, fuck, we fucked up. And then Chicago got him. I'm giving this a D. It might be a little
Yeah.
outrageous, but I'm giving this a D. They got the positional need, the wrong name. Let me know what you guys think.
The clown audio is crazy.
Stop clowning on me, bro.
The clown audio is crazy.
So I'm gonna
go ahead.
pitch in here. Maxim Sokolowski is a pick that very much screams Gleb Pugachev as a defenseman. He is a shutdown D that is a monster on skates. That if you see him coming, you better get out of the flipping way because it's like a GTA 5 train where he is an immovable force that no matter what tiny little car to a tank, he will move you out of the way. It don't matter. But I don't think they like totally screwed up with this pick because he's such an exciting player to watch when he does his work. But I feel like in terms of like need, it's a lot more on the table, which they could have like chose. But oh well, I mean, what can you do? I give it like a C plus personally, but we'll see how it ends up being.
I'm also a Philly hater, sorry. But
Yeah, you are.
yeah,
So
but I just
that's
think they went wrong name here.
That's the thing, though. Hero like really loves Canadians and the Philly Flyers. I mean, he's a Philly Flyers fan first, and he is a Bruins fan. So I mean, he's kind of
Bro,
controversial with the
what?
150 pick. So yeah.
What?
Anyway, moving on to the next.
Get this guy off my podcast. What did he just say? What? No, there's no way you could be a Bruin and a Flyer fan at the same time. That's like, oh no. Anyway,
I just want to
show us the tweet or whatever this is. What is that? Oh yeah, the guy's tall as fuck.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
Denver
what I
Bucky
said.
next to him?
I said he's
Oh,
a
boy.
monster, but you know who's taller than him?
Oh, he's gonna say the Sharks guy.
Karmanov.
Yep. How'd I know? Anyway,
There was another guy.
yeah.
There was another guy that was like 6'8". I forget his name.
Yeah, but Karmanov's like 7'1". Anyway, to end this long ass podcast,
And also
Vegas.
No. First, apparently, Zalakowski was first on Philly's board, even at 20 million before they traded down with the Sharks.
What?
Oh,
So they felt like dropping that was safe because I feel like they could have still got him at 27.
They fucked
yeah,
up.
definitely. but,
Oh boy,
hmm
they fucked up. Anyway, finish
Okay.
this off next gen with Vegas.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Vegas to make a pick right here. They traded down, I think, too.
They traded,
but,
they
They
traded,
traded up.
they traded
That's
Dorofayev
Oh.
to get the 23, and
Yeah.
they traded down like
Yeah.
four. Like
This
three
was
times.
originally the Rangers pick.
But yeah, they ended up taking Juho Piiparainen. I think he's a safe defenseman. He definitely values defense first. A solid skater as well. He could get in the way of making plays as well. I don't really see that much of an offensive upside with him, and
No.
I think they could have done better. Like me, I think definitely if they were maybe get a Tommy Blale and see what he can develop, and you put him in later. But it's a safe pick. I know people are not that high on him, but I mean, Piiparainen can move the puck as well, solidly as well. He's kind
And
of
they
he also has a soft
Definitely needed.
touch
They also
too.
definitely needed a defensive defenseman, which he is.
I mean, yeah, well, they could
Yeah.
use any prospect in their system, but
And
yeah,
then they just locked up Rasmus Anderson
Yeah,
for like a payday. But what do you grade the Piiparainen draft pick?
I'll go with a B minus. I think he's
I
definitely play
respect that.
games. He's probably gonna be
Yeah.
that solid middle pair or lower pair defenseman.
if not traded away.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Probably traded away knowing Vegas.
I would love Vegas to keep him for sure.
Yeah. That's it. Good job, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Shout out our special guest Nova. Shout out our show producer Mari Scott backstage. Thank you, Ben and Next Gen, for showing up. And that's it. We will see you next week with a special guest. So it's gonna be a fun one. No spoilers. You'll see next week. We gotta work out the details still. It's not confirmed. But right now,
You don't.
You guys should-
No. You.
all right, end it. Good night, everyone.
Right shot on the left side.
And the open, you can't give him chances, especially one-on-one.
Ruzicka leaving no rebound. Such charging in at full steam to his backhand. Stopped by Ruzicka. Left with a step. Such unloads. Steered away by Ruzicka.
This is a cool moment for father and son and obviously the rest of the Iginla family.
Drops for Iginla. Sees Iginla shoot. Goal!